Peace to the family was goody. It's your boy back with another episode. I'm the one and only Jody Wins. And tonight we had I would say we had a weak ass night in sports. You know, I was asleep on the night because that shit was trash. We got 5 NBA games, college football game that was cracking. Or I ain't gonna say cracking, but was interesting. And then we had Thursday night football. We're going to get into the NBA. Like I said, I'm Jody Wins. Let's get into it. So, the Hornets went against the Pistons. The Hornets won 123 to 121. That game went into overtime. Lamelo Ball, he had a couple interesting plays. I think he threw like a half-court alley-oop. He hit a 3 from the logo falling down. They was out there cooking. Brandon Miller had 38 and 7. LaMelo Ball had 36 and 9. 36 and 9. Like I said, they beat the Pistons in overtime. Hornets improved to 6 and 9. The Pistons dropped to 7 and 10. For the Pistons, the boy K. Cunningham had 27, 7 and 10. And Tobias Harris showed up. He had 26 and 8. Tobias Harris showing he can ball when he need to, you know what I mean? He just signed that deal. I mean, shout out to Tobias Harris and his dad. They've been milking the game for years, you know what I mean? And shout out to K. Cunningham. That nigga be hooping, yo. His stats is crazy. He always chilling around a triple-double, you know what I mean? But for the Hornets, hopefully them niggas can get it together and make a run for the playoffs, get like one of the last seeds. They're going to be a play-in team for sure. They ain't doing shit. The Pistons, I can see them being a playoff team that you don't want to see in the first round because, you know, they liable to beat you if you ain't coming in on your A game. But shout out to the Pistons for making that turnaround because they was ass last year. The Raptors went against the Wolves. The Raptors won 110 to 105. Raptors improved to 4 and 12. The Wolves dropped to 8 and 7. That nigga RJ Barrett been out there hooping. I think he been having like 30, like his last 4 or 5 games. It seemed like he had 31 and 7 today. Chris Boucher, however you say that nigga name. He had 22 out the bench. Scotty Barnes returned. He had 17 and 6. For the Wolves, Julius Randle had 23 and 9. Jalen McDaniel had 22 and 7. And Ant-Man had 26. The Raptors is ass. The Raptors is done. I don't really see them doing nothing this year. They ain't making the playoffs. You know what I mean? They ain't making the play-in. They ain't making nothing. I mean, they ain't gonna even, it's a wrap for them niggas. It's a wrap for the whole country of Toronto. They've been losing bad all year, like I said. Freak ass niggas. But for the Wolves, like I always say when they lose, I ain't gonna really start tripping on them losing until around All-Star break. They still gotta try to get acclimated with these new pieces. I think they got it. They just need another guy, I think, because it ain't really looking like they are better than the team they had last year. They look like they're struggling. Around this time, I think the Wolves was like first, second, third in the West. This year, I don't know. But I believe in them that they gonna figure it out. But you know what I mean. If they don't figure it out, they gonna look back at that trade like, damn, we need Cat. But anyways, the Spurs went against the Jazz. The Spurs won 126 to 118. Spurs improved to 8 and 8. The Jazz dropped to 3 and 12. Harrison Barnes had 25 and 10. That nigga been hooping lately. Collins and Castle both had 18. Wemby didn't play. He got a DNP on the night. For the Jazz, that nigga Marketing had 27 points. Collins had 18 and 4, and Sexton at 18. Free that nigga marketing, like I always say. I think he deserved to be on a winning team, a contending team. You know, he been hooping for a long time, but he always on a mid to weak team, a mid team or a weak team. I think he deserved to at least try to get a ring. You know what I mean? I can see him going to Dallas. I can see him going to Denver. But yeah, for the Spurs, they've been hooping. You know, Harrison Barnes been hooping lately. Wemby been hooping, but he out. But ever since Pop had a stroke and he been out trying to recover, Wemby been hooping. The Spurs been on the run, low key. I ain't gonna say they ain't been undefeated, but they've been playing better. They've been more aggressive. But shout out to the Spurs. I can see them making a play-in or being a bottom seed playoff team unless they figure it out and then go on a run. But the Jazz, them niggas might as well go to Cancun. Them niggas need Jesus. They need to go to church or something. But it's not looking good for the Jazz already. Them and New Orleans, they might as well huddle up, go to Cancun. But the Magic went against the Lakers. This was probably the game of the night. Well, I ain't gonna say probably. This shit was the game of the night in all sports. The Magic won 119 to 118. Magic improved to 10-7. The Lakers dropped to 10-5. That boy Franz Wagner, that nigga is nice. That nigga be hooping, yo. Like, this shit is crazy. I didn't expect this from this nigga. That nigga nice. That nigga had 37, 6, and 11. Suggs had 23, 5, and 5. And then the Wagner brother, he had 19 off the bench. That nigga Franz Wagner hit the game-winning 3. Came up, you know, ISO, pick and roll. They got the switch, came, step back 3, won the game. The Lakers had a chance to tie or go ahead. AD missed the shot. But for the Lakers, AD had 39-9. That nigga still hooping. That nigga still dominating. Shout out to Anthony Davis. You know, he got to be the front runner for the MVP right now. LeBron had 31, 10, and 7. My nigga still bronning it. You know, still out there killing at age 40. Still out there cooking. It's crazy. I've never seen a player this late in their career still putting up these numbers, you know what I mean? Like, this shit is crazy. Shout out to Bron. Shit is wild. Like, yeah, you'll probably never see this shit again. That boy Connect had 17. Connect. I like Connect. I'm a fan of Connect. I think he's everything that Austin Reeves was supposed to be. I'm not saying Austin Reeves ain't it, but Connect, he is him, you know. Out of the exciting whites, that nigga Connect got it. But shout out to the Magic. The Magic, they gonna, like I said, they gonna make a run in the playoffs. They gonna be there. They doing all this without Philo. Franz Wagner is a beast. I mean, the East is really a cakewalk right now. They got a couple teams over 500. Everybody else is ass. But that was probably the game of the night. Like, go back and watch it if you can. That shit was fucking ridiculous and entertaining. Shout out to Franz Wagner for hitting that game winner, though. You got that. Now we finna get into some college football. You know, Georgia Tech went against North Carolina State University. Georgia Tech won 30-29. Georgia Tech improved to 7-4. North Carolina State University dropped to 5-6. That boy Philo or Philo, however you say that nigga name, he had 264 yards. He threw 1 interception. Eric Singleton, he had five receptions, 106 yards. They was out there, you know what I mean, game-winning touchdown at the end. He hiked it. I mean, quarterback snap, hiked it. They went 4 out. All receivers went 4 out. One of them tried to blitz, and then Philo, or however you say this nigga name, Philo, he just rushed it in, you know, put his shoulder pad down, pow, hit dude, bounced in a touchdown, scored, boom, they got it. So shout out to Georgia Tech for getting that dub. Now we're going to get into the NFL. Like I said, we had a short night. We're going to get into the NFL. Thursday Night Football. The Browns won against the Steelers. The Browns won the game. Browns had 24. Steelers had 19. The Browns improved to 3-8. Steelers dropped to 8-3. Jameis Winston had 219 yards and an interception. Nick Chubb had a couple touchdowns. I'm going to say 2 touchdowns. Then he had the go-ahead touchdown to win the game. For the Steelers, Russell Wilson had 270 yards and a touchdown. I won't put too much salt on the Steelers because I think they lead in their division. And it's just a game, you know what I mean? It was a close game. I don't really got nothing to say about that, but I think they going Mike Tomlin. He gonna get them boys right for the next game. So shout out to Mike Tomlin. For the Browns, Jameis Winston. Hopefully he can get cooking. Hopefully they can win a couple more games. You know what I mean? Stay out the media. Other than that, that was all. That was it for the night in sports. Shout out to y'all for tuning in. I'm here. We're gonna keep rocking out. We're gonna keep doing this. I'm trying to figure out a schedule to go right now. My schedule is we gonna do this Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I think this is the last episode of the week. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Those who tune in, those who like the videos, those who subscribe, you know what I mean? I appreciate it. As long as we can keep it growing, I'm going to keep it going. Shout out to the world. Shout out to me for doing this. Yeah, you know what I mean? We going to rock out. I'm going to see y'all next week. Peace.